What's going on YouTube, Ferocity? I hope you guys are doing well. If you've been following the gaming industry at all over the last few months, you've probably noticed there's been a ton of layoffs. There's been a ton of instability and more pressure than ever to get things done and make sure it's monetizable. We heard things from Warner Brothers where they want to talk about more live service games. We've seen companies like Activision and Sony lay off thousands of people, and it's been chaotic. There's been a ton of uncertainty around the gaming industry as of late, at least if you're an employee. Now, as gamers, we know this industry is changing. It's been changing over the last few years, but this push towards more live service games where you own less and you get to pay for more is what's creeping in every single corner. I mean, we had news this year about what Xbox was doing, about how they really want to push Game Pass and they might not release any more consoles. We know that Sony is already going to potentially move towards the PS6, which is weird. And there's just a lot of uncertainty right now in the industry, which when I saw this gave me some hope that things could get better in the horizon. Probably not in the immediate future, but moving forward. At least if you're an employee, there could be potential for things to become a little bit more stable. From Stephen Totilo, breaking: around 600 Activision QA workers are unionizing under the Communication Workers of America, making it the largest union in North American game development. Activision owner Microsoft voluntarily agreed to recognize the union per the CWA. Now, I've questioned the QA testers over at Activision with every single update Call of Duty has published throughout the MW3 lifecycle and even the Modern Warfare 2 lifecycle. Regardless of that, this can set a new precedent within the gaming industry where people are unionized and workers are going to have a little bit more rights, and we're not going to see things like 9-month development times. Maybe a reduction in crunch. Now, of course, I recognize this is just QA testers. It's not like this is game developers. It's not the people, level designing and that type of thing, the ones that are under the real crunch. It's just the QA testers. But we know that part of those 1,900 layoffs that we saw earlier this year from Activision Blizzard, a lot of them were QA testers. And them being able to unionize, them being able to come together and say, we don't want the potential of this happening, is big. I hope it has ripple effects throughout this industry. And what it could cause is a healthier working environment, which could create better games. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Better games because of better working environments. I recently watched The Last of Us 2 documentary where they talked about the game development, and Naughty Dog just seems like a very healthy place to work. And the fact that they were able to recognize that they put their employees under crunch and say, we don't want to do that ever again. We want to ensure that our games never have to follow suit of this crunch ecosystem that seems to follow the game industry around, was really welcoming to hear. It was like a breath of fresh air, because we know the Call of Duty community, or the Call of Duty developers, pardon me, don't really care about that. They gave Sledgehammer Games, 9 months and 15 months to develop their last 2 Call of Duty games. Just not enough time whatsoever to create a cohesive, creative project. You're kind of just piecemealing things together and trying to rapidly make sure it all fits. It's like squeezing puzzle pieces that don't go where they're supposed to go. And that's why you see so many issues pop up, is because development time has been squeezed so you can meet deadlines so that investors are happy. And I get it from an investor side, partially, that you want to see that return sooner. That's why people are excited for XDefiant releasing before Q1 is over, because that was what was told to investors. But from the other side, even if I am an investor, I'd rather have a better product than one that is rushed. That's why I'm always okay with things being pushed back, with game titles being delayed. I saw it with Last of Us 2. I saw it with Spider-Man 2. I've seen it with other games. Delays aren't necessarily a bad thing. It is them trying to perfect their game. And Cyberpunk 2077 is a game that delayed, but kept promising And I think if they just delayed indefinitely and waited till that game released and even released a year later, I think it would have been received so much better, because what we got at launch was something that was not complete, not ready to go live, and it was very disappointing. But that has become commonplace within this industry. Releasing games that aren't ready to be released, releasing games that have game breaking bugs in them or are lacking content altogether the day before. Suicide Squad. These games are being pushed out because investors want their return now, instead of realizing that launching a broken game can affect your investment, can affect that return. I really find it naive that investors that are worth millions, billions of dollars don't see that. I'd rather have a project completed, ready to go, perfected, than something that is rushed out just so we can get that sweet return a little bit sooner. Patience is a virtue. And it's something that I think all of us need a little bit more of, especially investors. Now, with saying all this, of course, to get back to the union side of this, I'm not the biggest union guy to begin with, but I do think that it helps protect workers a lot, and especially in an industry that is as volatile as game development is right now. Tech in general is volatile. This is an opportunity for more people to follow suit. And Microsoft allowing it to happen and recognizing it is a step in the right direction. And hopefully more unions can be created to protect more workers so workers can create better projects. The only people that should win from this are the communities that get to play these games. Because if workers have better working conditions, conditions that allow them to be more creative, allow them to be more innovative, we all win. And I'm hoping that that's what we see from this Activision union. I'm hoping that this is the precedent that is set. Games get better, working conditions get better, and we, the players, get more innovative and creative projects to enjoy. I think that this is step one to making the industry a much better place, because it's a little not so great right now. Ran by executives that don't know the first thing about the communities they're trying to publish games to. So hopefully the workers can take back some of that power, some of that control, and actually be able to create the projects as us, the communities, want to see. But that's it for the video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in that comment section. Let me know if you think this is a step forward, a step backward, if you think it's going to be good, bad, or neutral. Love to hear your thoughts down below in that comment section. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.